How many men does it take to change a light bulb? Only one. He holds it in place while the world revolves around him. My name is Paul Pasulka, Ivy Masters Learning Center and ivymasters.com. And today we're going to look at Test 5, Section 1, Numbers 11 and 12, which deal with gender roles. 11 reads, in Passage 1, Beecher makes which point about the status of women relative to that of men? And notice it's paired with number 12. A good approach here is to go to the lines, and you could at least eliminate answer choices based on the lines. And if you're left with more than one answer choice, then see what matches for the previous question. So let's go up to lines 6 to 10 and see if it's talking about gender roles, the relationship of men and women. But while women hold a subordinate relation in society to the other sex, in other words, the men, it is not because it was designed that her duties or influence should be any less important or all-pervading. Now, it sounds like that is women, and it is talking about relation to men, but let's see our other answer choices. Answer choice B, a man may act on society by the collision of intellect and public debate. Only talking about men. Answer choice C, he may coerce by the combination of public sentiment. He may drive by physical force, and he does not outstep the boundaries of his sphere. Also, only talking about men. Answer choice D, but whatever in any measure throws a woman into the attitude of combatant, either for herself or others, whatever binds her in party conflict, whatever obliges her in any way to exert coercive influences, throws her out of her appropriate sphere. It sounds like it's just talking about what is inappropriate for women. So it looks like answer choice A is going to be our answer, but let's make sure we have a match with number 11. So, number 11, answer choice A reads, women depend on men for their safety and security, but men are largely independent of women. This may have been true for the time. Remember, an answer choice could be true, but wrong. So, you gotta answer according to exactly what the passage is saying. Even if the passage is saying the sky is green, then you answer the sky is green. Answer choice B, women are inferior to men, but men play a role as significant as that played by men. Actually, we're going to keep that. Now, this is something you would not expect. This is a woman writing, and she'd be considered a feminist of her day. Women are inferior to men? Why would she say that? But women play a role as significant as that played by men. We're going to revisit the lines before we say that for sure. Answer choice C, women have fewer rights than men do, but women also have fewer responsibilities. Now, you might be thinking, hey, that's true, but we'd have to make sure it's right based on the passage. We're going to reread those lines. Answer choice D, women are superior to men. That's what you would expect, if anything, a feminist of the day would say. But tradition requires women to obey men. We did not see any support for that. Now, let's go back to the passage. Women are inferior to men, but they play a role as significant of men. Now notice what it says, and actually notice how the question's asked. It says, which point about the status of women relative to that of men? It's not saying that women are inferior to men per se, the status of women, and then the answer is women are inferior to men. So it's a little difference there. And this is the part, women hold a subordinate relation in society to the other sex. So women are inferior if they are subordinate. They are inferior based on their status. And then let's see the other part. Women play a role as significant, as important as that played by men. And it is not because it was designed that her duties or influence should be any less important or all-pervading. So if it's not designed that her duties are any less important or all-pervading, then her duties are just as important and just as pervading, just as far-reaching. So it's a role as significant as that played by men. Answer choice B is your correct answer. Thank you for joining us today. If you like this video, click like. You can share it with someone who has trouble with these paired questions. If there's any question you'd like to see answered from any official PSAT or SAT or ACT, leave that in the comments. I'd be happy to shoot a video on it. And click subscribe so you don't miss anything. Have a great day.